I'm still hyped, you know. No, I haven't. Yes, I've been sleeping, not very much, but just enough to. I'm too energetic, guys. I gotta be up. You know, sleeping's a waste of time. Okay? This is the wall, le mur, sur la lune. This is the wall that's supposed to be 1,000 feet high. Guys, isn't that incredible? Think of it. If that's 1,000 feet, what height are these craters? 10,000 feet? You damn right they are. If they say that the height is 1,000 feet of this wall that you saw at the beginning is just to the southwest of Arzakel crater. And now here, guys, look up on Google, okay, Arzakel crater. They say that it's a large, ruined crater. Now, there's a bit of satire in that. When they say ruined crater, I don't think they're meaning it was ruined. I think that it is riddled with ruins. This is what they're meaning. They say it's flooded by lava from Mare Nubium. The straight wall is a huge fault crossing this ghost crater. 110 kilometers long, guys, the straight wall. Casts a wide shadow at times that looks very wide. Surface of the moon, north side, top side, X-ray shot of the surface, greenery, browns, rocky surfaces, bridges, overpass, even lines that we are seeing on the surface, whether they're electrical lines or not. The moon is or was inhabited, it is my belief, and it is my belief that I will exercise my right for my own belief. It's my belief there's structures up there on the moon. I've reanalyzed my belief system myself, and I'm not trying to change anyone else's, but I do want you to see what is up there. Now in X-ray, when I use X-ray, look at the cloud pockets here. This is not X-ray. You could see cloud pockets, you could see bridges, you could see tunneling. It's there. There should not be one piece on the surface that is straight edged, right? That's what we're told. Colorful structures and surface with pockets of cloud formations. You could see them here. Here's an X-ray of the same shot that you just saw, the same pan over the photo that you just saw, which is a photo of the surface of the moon taken with my 1500mm telescope, my Neximage 5 camera, and I've enhanced it. I've tried to clarify the edging in it, and yes, this is the surface, and it's what it looks like. It's what it looks like on Earth here, and you're in a plane looking down into snowy mountains. Same thing that we can see, except it's not snow. I don't believe. I believe it's not snow. Why? It's because our eyes see in the white spectrum of light. Little stupid things, guys, that we just had to look that up. It makes so much damn sense. Everything's there. The proof is all there. It's that some of you that don't know me, obviously, I could be faking or hacking this somehow. Some of you think it's models too. I respect that. I also respect the ones that come here in disbelief and find actual truth in what I'm showing and come to admitting it. I love you all for it. Lots of you have. Many disbelievers were here that are now my friends. I'm sure some of them probably wouldn't even mind me naming them. I'm not going to, but they know who they are. And they weren't bad people. They just disbelieved in the alien possibility of an alien species, or that us humans could be up there or have been up there before. So Archimedes crater, we're going down towards the right side, panning down. Lots of greenery on the surface, blues, purples, yellows. Extruding from the surface are boulder-like objects that have this substance over top of them. So you can see that there is a lot of objects on the surface, whether natural or not. All the indentation, the cratering, the stretches, the cracks and crevices, the coloring, it's just incredible. You could see it all here virtually, but of course people are not used to seeing the moon in color this way, done process. It's just processed with a color camera, guys. Now I'm going to say something that may not make sense to some, but may make perfect sense for others and maybe help you guys understand what's going on. When colors that you're presented with, your eyes are presented with, like you're seeing the blues now, it's an easier way for your eyes to see a surface. Meaning, if I would have added a blue filter over this, we would probably see more structuring, but we would see less colors. Our eyes see in the white spectrum. It's not a myth, it's a fact. I looked it up and I'm understanding it now how our eyes work. But of course, our eyes work differently in space. But I think it has to do more with not the fact that it's space, my friends. I think it has to do with the distance. You understand? The further the object, you know what? The rounder it will appear. So maybe some of these planets and nebulae that we're seeing out deep in space that we're getting photos of are not round at all. And that is why sometimes when I arrive on the surface of a nebulae and somebody tells me, well, what the hell are all those bridge-like objects and structuring? That's not a nebulae. Of course I'm not going to think it's a nebulae. But in reality, the closer you get to an object, you see its real shape. The firmament effect, that's my invention. Sorry, I use these little terms. We see round. Why? Why is everything round? Why are planets round? Why are water drops round? Well, of course, we know it's because of gravity, right? The pressure, it's in the air. But how would it react if there's even more pressure in space? Would they be droplets? Would it rain in space like droplets? Or would it be just a line, a thick worm-like line of water? You got to think of these things, and I've been thinking like crazy of how things look elsewhere. Like, for example, smoke in space. Well, they say that in space, think of it, smoke would remain in the same area if it had enough oxygen to burn itself and to create a flame. Like we do see transient lunar phenomenons on the surface of the moon, which are basically live fires that always burn colors. It could happen that we could see pockets, round circular mounds of smoke that just hover and oscillate. But what do you think we're seeing? Sometimes we look at a dome we think is a dome, and it's oscillating, it's moving madly from left to right. In reality, that little space that you're seeing it move from far, and here with a telescope, could be many, many hundreds of miles that a cloud of smoke is remaining in a circled area because, of course, the density or the pressurized atmosphere that's on the moon. We don't know. They say it's 1/6 of atmosphere, but hey, is it really that? Why am I talking about that? For me, it's a must, and it's very important information because I base the facts on of what I find and what I believe is structuring and or cloud formations on the surface, because I'm trying to find out what clouds would look like in space. Maybe it's different, but I tend to think that the atmosphere that is outside many thousands of miles or kilometers over top of any sphere is just a different world. And when you approach a celestial sphere, well, then you start entering that atmosphere. But what is the wall? What is that barrier like between, when you get to between space and the inside or overtop atmosphere of a celestial object? What is that wall that's there? What is there? What elements are there? How are those elements interacting? Meaning, would we see it with our eyes? So where space, meets an atmosphere of a celestial object, we don't see it because we don't have filtering. But I'm trying to tell you that every action has a reaction, and everything that happens in space and time and in any universe, anywhere, light or sound occurs. There are different physical effects, there are different states of matter, there are different things going on in the universe, actions, reactions that we don't see, radiations, gases, dusts that are invisible to our eyes, to the white spectrum. So, welcome to Sinus, Iridum and Bianchini Lunar Crater Complex. This is Bianchini Lunar Crater. This is around the surrounding area around Lunar Crater. You can see the crater right there. Also structuring inside of the crater that I have not clarified in this photo. This is the surface structuring that's all around it and all around Sinus Iridum. Don't wonder why China didn't land there, just mentioning it. And we can see clearly that there are surface objects that look symmetrical. See the edges and everything turning in straight lines. Come on, guys. You know, some of you are seeing it, but the ones that aren't seeing it, pretty funny. It's right there in your faces. This is Sinus Iridum, surface of the moon, whether you like it or not. So we're going to take a good slow pan look at the surface. I want you guys to see that there is blur here, but no pixelation. See what you're seeing, guys. Say what is seen. There's no pixelation here. You can clearly see that there's a blurry surface due to smoke or haze on the surface. You can't clarify smoke or haze. That's just something that's proof. Keep watching. It gets pretty intense. Look at the different colors. Look at the different patterns. Look at the way things go in and out of holes, like tunnelization. You could clearly see this is the surface of a moon that is or was inhabited. There's no doubt about that. We're looking at bridges, overpasses, entrances, colors, objects, unknown objects. It's all here. It's all proof. This is the brand new list of website contributors. Guys, I can't thank you all enough. November 23rd, a magnificent guy called Nick Young stopped by my donation website on myevents.com and generously donated. November 23rd, Dane Trout. I love ya. Thanks a lot. November 22nd, Richard McPhee. Guys, thanks so darn much for the support. November 16th, Sue Ryle, Brian Doucette on the 10th, Penny Jones on the 7th, Barbara on the 1st, Regis on the 27th of October, the 17th, Melissa Allred, and Liza Grassi on October 1st, and the whole list of other contributors that I haven't mentioned on here. These are recent donors. Guys, thanks so very much.